flumps.
It flumps.
Happy Saturday.
Sunday.
Sunday. 2 words today.
I think we
Schmuff.
should.
Schmuff and flump. Schmuff and flump. My hair flumps. Flumped.
Yeah. There you go.
And then this morning you talked about schmuff.
Smuff.
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 People who can't smell. We don't know what the word is, smuff.
Yeah, we created it. Be in your dictionary soon.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. You're not wearing your Sunday shirt.
No, I'm changing it up a little bit.
I think we might need to change the name of this show. It could just be like Coffee with Dan and Megan.
I know, but everybody likes the Saturday morning coffee.
I like the title.
Not everybody. There's some people who don't.
That's good.
It is, yes.
No, you're doing the right thing sometimes.
Don't slurp, you said, and I just slurped. Sorry, I will not slurp again. Today's coffee.
I'm going to time them. Is
Oh, wow.
just Kirkland brand. Our favorite coffee. We really should do a commercial for Costco. We got to go shopping. That was like our kind of, yeah.
Last week.
Yeah.
Sunday. Nope.
Nope. One of those days.
Monday.
But we went out together.
Yeah, we were going to go to lunch, but the place was packed. So we went to Costco. And we were going to stop and get coffee on the way back, but our favorite coffee shop was closed.
Yeah, that was really sad.
So we ended up going to Costco. That was our date.
Should have gotten hot dogs.
Date. And Steve the plumber came and fixed the plumbing.
Yes, we have water.
So thank you all for your concern.
Water and toilets and washing machines and what else? Showers.
Lions and tigers and bears.
Yeah.
So am I.
The kids are grateful. I didn't think it was that bad.
Toilets
That's
and
how I
washers
grew
and
up.
sinks.
But
Oh, boy.
they had it rough.
They did have it rough.
Yeah, it was hard for them.
It was. So we are in the second week of Lent already.
I know. It's like we made it.
We made it
to
through the
second
first
Sunday.
week. Yes. And no meat on Friday. We did well. Sometimes, you wake up and you forget. I mean, I haven't for years, but like,
It's
just
easy to
don't,
forget, yeah.
You don't process the fact.
They should eat the meat.
They should eat the meat.
Yeah.
So Megan, in a great Lenten...
This was years ago.
No, it's Friday. She took the kids to Arby's for dinner on Friday. And they got the fish. And the fish at Arby's is really good.
It is good.
Not that they're sponsoring us, but if you want to sponsor us, Arby's, like, we're all about your fish. And your white cheddar mac and cheese, pretty good stuff.
Yeah, they had to try that. But then we're sitting there waiting for the fish sandwiches, and there's all these beautiful, beautiful signs of like really stacked meat sandwiches. I mean, they just looked really good. It smelled good in there too. It's too bad. But
That actually is just a Yankee candle they use called roast beef.
the pictures were enticing.
Yeah,
They do good.
Yeah, but they
had a good
they
photographer.
enhance the pictures.
I know.
Visually enhance the pictures. You should see the visually enhanced picture of me. Makes everything look better. I should do that.
No, okay.
Photoshop. I heard somebody was saying that, like, like we don't keep photos anymore. We were talking a little bit about Thyme. It's all like kind of run in. But people don't keep like photo books anymore.
Right.
So like the only thing where you have photos are like now like doctored Instagram photos or doctored this photo or doctored, everybody doctors their photo. And people like hundreds of years from now are going to see our photos like, man, they were all so flawless. Like the photos that we had were not flawless.
No.
No.
But they're fading. That's what makes me sad.
They do fade. It's crazy.
I'm so sad.
I know.
But we still have the negatives, so maybe we can.
Maybe make photo books like the Sober Bricks. They do such a good job with the photo books.
They do.
We need to make photo books.
Yeah. I still like the actual photo though.
Yes, but they fade.
I know. But then
That's why everybody's funeral photos look the same. You think like you had a funeral, you're like, oh, when it's my funeral, my photos will be nice and crisp.
At that point, you're not going to care.
That's a true statement. I can't believe this.
I took terrible pictures.
I got my bad side. I wasn't flumpy. That was almost a cackle. So today's gospel is really cool.
What are you eating?
I'm eating an apple cinnamon donut.
You didn't explain.
Apple cinnamon donut from?
Randall's. Randall Farms in Ludlow.
Randallton.
Yeah.
They're very good. Tasty.
So you were going to talk about
Time. Yeah, time. Because it's daylight savings time and we're awake.
the moment.
Barely. Yeah, and and then the reading today was the Transfiguration. So like I was like, wow, like it like totally fits. Daylight saving time, Transfiguration.
It's good you can have those deep thoughts in mass. As I'm wrangling on.
Because the Transfiguration, Jesus transfigures himself into all his glory, right? So at that time, sorry, I'm not going to emphasize it, but Moses and Elijah are there, right? Which demonstrates clearly God's, ability to be outside of time, because he is outside of time. He created time, so he's outside of time. That's like one of those things when you teach kids and like they're ready to go. When their heads like go like that, because God created time, he's outside of time, so he's not bound by the laws of time at all, which is kind of cool. Like we are so captive in time, and that really kind of explains busyness, because we're slaves to time in this way. Like God is outside of it. Like God is outside of that time. It doesn't matter to him. Like our relationship is just one of closeness. And when I was talking about the Eucharist the other day with the kids, it was really cool because we were talking about how Jesus, when he goes into the temple and he tells everybody who he is, that I am God, he uses the same term that God uses. I am Yahweh. I am he who am. I am who am. And in that reflection, if you want any reflection during Lent at all, like if you're not like, you're having a hard time, think about the name of God. Yahweh, I am. I am fully present. I am fully present, never distracted. We get distracted. Even when we talk with one another, we get distracted. God is never distracted, fully present to us. Fully present. So his name itself is presence. Divine, always present presence. And that's why the real presence in the Eucharist makes so much sense, because Jesus is truly present. Not just truly present there, but truly present to us, because it is who he is. Presence itself. It's really cool. And
we're made in his image and likeness.
Made in his image and likeness. So we are made to be present to one another.
Right.
So this Lent, if you're having a hard time with all of your promises, presence. It's a great promise.
It's a great
Lent,
promise. Yeah.
right? It's be more present to one another. Be less distracted. Because that makes us more like God. When we're distracted, we're less like God. When we're present, we're more like him. So that'd be a cool one to do. And Father Sam Medley's so good. He said, like, the journey of faith, you're going to fall. Like, you're going to mess up this Lent. And so what the virtue is you continue to pick yourself back up and keep moving forward.
Right.
A lot of us, we fail in our Lenten resolutions, and then like we say, well, I guess that I ruined Lent. But that's not it. It's not a matter of being perfect for 40 days. It's a matter of shedding these things for 40 days. So that's kind of cool.
I like that.
Yeah. I was just thinking about that today. I thought it was cool. That is we have great feasts coming up next week. We'll talk about those, and Megan will probably take more of the lead, right? Because next week we have coming for us, we have, not this coming week, but the following week, we have St. Joseph.
Oh, okay.
We have St. Patrick.
What's happening?
And Megan's connection to the saints is really beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was talking with, and we were talking about this today too. We were, as I keep talking. But I think about my job, where one of the things we want to do is really help our principals and our teachers be better formed, right? We want, but why? So that they can know God, so that they can Christ, so that they can be Christ to the kids.
Right.
And Steve Perla, who's the superintendent of Fall River, is a fantastic guy. He's like, it's a combination of the two, right? It's the knowledge and the relationship, and we have to find a way to help feed both. Proper evangelization. Right. To know God, to love God, to be in relationship with God. Yeah. And to share him afterwards.
So yesterday, I was really, really blessed because Dan took the kids out actually all day, almost all day.
We had a good time.
But I got to have a lovely group of ladies over yesterday, and we did a Blessed is She live workshop. So you can check out their website. They have workshops that like you can have a membership for, and then you can see all of them. But they have these live free workshops every quarter. So we all got together. Everybody brought something. We had coffee and tea, and just together and talking and praying together, and then we listened to this whole Lenten thing. It was about encounter, so again being present, but Jesus encountering the woman at the well, and just how he tries to have that encounter with us, and how we can encounter him better. But like that whole thing of being present in our walk with Christ, but then also being present to each other. Like it was really nice. Like we ended up talking, as women do, but we ended up talking for close to 3 hours, you know, being together, and just we talked about our faith journeys, we talked about our struggles, we talked about our joys, and we got to pray for one another. And it was just, I felt like it was such a blessed time. The Holy Spirit was really, really present, but it wasn't difficult. I mean, like you had to give your time with the kids, and I got things ready, but like it was so good, and the ladies came and, you know, arranged their schedules, but the gift that we were all left with was just so good and so encouraging, and not hard, you know. So like I think there's that initial fear of like, well, nobody's gonna want to come and pray together, or that might be awkward, it might be out of people's comfort zones, but like people were happy to come, and we had a good time, and there were more people who wanted to come. So I don't know, I think sometimes just like offering that to people, like even if it's just to go get a cup of coffee and talk, or you know, a rosary, or meet for mass, and
it's coming outside of your comfort zone too, right? Like not being afraid to invite another person to be in relationships. We're so isolated, I think, that sometimes the temptation is to feel that we are kind of made for isolation when we're actually made for community.
Right. And the devil wants nothing more than to keep us all isolated, so that we can encourage each other on. And I think like we have to just get over that, and do that. And so God keeps putting opportunities in our lives to just keep doing that. So if you feel him like, you know, nudging you to do something, you know, maybe that person at church that you're like, I should just go up and say hi, but like that's really weird. Like maybe you should just do it, and maybe it won't be weird. Or if it is weird, like try again to another person. But you have something.
Daylight savings time, Gabe.
Okay.
True and false. Yeah, these are really hard to come by. Took a long time. This is a plumbing tool, just in Thanksgiving for the plumbers who helped us. True and false. It's gonna be rapid fire because we don't have much time.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna make a statement, and you tell me if it's true or false. And if you are correct on 3 out of the 5, you win. And I have a special prize for you.
Okay.
As usual.
Yeah.
So these are things dealing with time.
Okay.
Because it's all about time.
Okay.
So number 1. According to Einstein's theory of relativity,
Oh, brother.
your face ages faster than your feet. True or false? Sorry, that's true.
Oh, man.
Yeah, according to relativity. So that means taller people get older faster than shorter people.
Are you joking?
Nope, that's true. According to Einstein's theory of relativity.
Flatterers.
Number 2. Time magazine stands for the International Magazine of Events. True or false? That's right, that's false. Some people have said that. It's floating around the internet. Fake news, people. Fake news. Doesn't mean that. Number 3. In Arizona, sometimes due to daylight savings time, there are different time zones. True or false? That is true. The Navajos, they recognize daylight savings time, but the rest of the state does not.
We just need to get rid of it.
Yeah.
But anyway, as a parent.
The spice thyme was used in the mummification process. True or false?
Man.
You have 2 right so far. Hurry up, you don't have a lot of time. 3, 2, 1. False. Sorry, that's true.
Ah.
Yes, that's true. And the last one. This is for the win. Okay. They say time flies if you're having fun, unless you're listening to music, in which case time actually moves a little slower. True or false? appears to move a little slower. It doesn't actually move a little slower. That's true. You got it. Yes.
Is that a real thing?
It is. And because you won, I knocked my donut on the floor. Because you won something that you've always wanted, I got you a little bit of quality time.
Did you put time in there?
I did. It's quality time. Just a little bit. It's not quality time. We should probably pray.
Wow. Thank you.
You're welcome. In the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen.
Lord Jesus, thank you for your presence with us. Thank you for keeping us connected to you. We pray for all those who are suffering in any way. Help them to know that your love is there and you are always present to them. During this Lenten journey, help us to not be hard on ourselves, but help us to take these things that we've sacrificed for you just to come closer to you and trust that you will walk with us. And we ask this in Christ our Lord. Amen. To the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Have a great week. If you need anything for us to pray for, let us know.
Yep. Please do.
God bless.
God bless.